going to talk about Social Interaction by Lev Vygotsky. Lev Vygotsky was born in 1896. He passed away in 1934, unfortunately at a very young age, at 37 years old. He grew up in pre-revolutionary Russia in Gomel, Belarus. He was the second child in a Jewish family of 8 children. His parents stimulated all the children with all forms of literature, such as poetry, theaters, and theater remained his passion throughout his life. He went to Moscow to study in college. He studied law at the University of Moscow. He also studied humanities and psychology at a local college. He loved theater, so he never missed any opportunity to watch any plays, particularly Shakespeare. He was a prolific writer. He wrote many literary reviews for newspapers. After he graduated from college, he returned home, and at that time, it was right after the Russian Red Revolution. Because the time was chaotic, he was working as a tutor during this civil war. He became an official in charge of Gomel, the city where he grew up in, the cultural life, and he worked as an educator in various schools. He received an invitation in 1924 to work as a psychologist, and he published his dissertation, The Psychology of Art. He worked with children and students of various ages, particularly in various clinics that had mentally disturbed children and physically handicapped children. He also taught at many different institutes and universities. He worked for publishing houses and became an editor for scientific journals. He supervised doctoral dissertations and wrote hundreds of papers and books. He was truly a prominent figure in Soviet psychology. His most famous work includes Psychology of Art and Thought and Language. His contributions included cultural psychology, dynamic assessment, education, psycholinguistics, Because his background, he had came up with a theory that's called social interaction. There are 3 terms we need to know in this theory. The first one is called SDT, Social Development Theory, also known as social interaction. The second one is called MKO, the more knowledgeable other. The third term is called ZPD, the zone of proximal development. According to Vygotsky, the distance between the actual development level, as determined by independent problem solving, and the level of potential development, as determined through problem solving under adult guidance or in collaboration with more capable peers, is called the zone of proximal development. Let's go back to the picture one more time. According to this picture, you will see there's a circle in the middle that says what I can do, and in the middle is what I can do with others' help, and the third part is what I cannot do. To give you an example, if a child was given a set of puzzle, the first time if she was to handle the puzzle, it would be difficult. However, if a parent sat down with the child and set the parameters and helped the child and guided the child, then it would be easier for the child to complete the task. Eventually, the child will reach a point to do it independently. So that area between what I can do and what I cannot do is the middle area, what I can do with some guidance and help. And that's where we call the ZPD. We have many case studies, many empirical study and tests after his work was translated. The very first one was by Wood and Middleton in 1975. He was very well known for developing the theory of scaffolding. Even though Vygotsky never used the term himself, his theory is very similar to scaffolding. Scaffolding is basically providing the help for someone to reach a higher potential. And Wood had done a case study. He had a 4-year-old child play a set of blocks to build a 3D model showing the picture. According to him, if he was to do it by himself, it was very difficult. However, he observed that with the interaction and help of the mother, the child was able to develop to his full potential quicker. The general encouragement by the mother would be, now you have a go, or get 4 blocks, or demonstration. Freund, he also did case study on the dollhouse. He had several children who had basic knowledge of how to place furniture in the dollhouse. And the one set of children, he had them practice exploring, like Piaget theory, learning through exploration. The other set of children, he had the mother guided them to show them how to place the furniture. Later on, when they were all given a more difficult task, it showed that the second group of children who had the mother's help had succeeded more. So from that, we can conclude that many children can help each other, as we know that their peers could be the MKO. The more knowledgeable other does not have to be an adult. Sometimes the children could be the more knowledgeable other. A lot of times we use computer that has tutor program to be the more knowledgeable other. However, Vygotsky really believed in the interaction with one another will stimulate the thoughts, the cognitive ability, and promote learning. This is a picture of the children working together on a project. And you can see that by interacting with each other, they not only have fun, they're able to learn from each other. From a Vygotskian's perspective, a teacher's role is to mediate the child's learning as they share knowledge through social interaction. We encourage teachers to have several principles when he or she does this, such as maintaining the learner's interest, making the task simple, emphasizing certain aspects that will help with the solution, and control the children's level of frustration. And by demonstrating the task, you will be able to help a child to reach that zone. The more the ZPD, to pass the ZPD to be able to do a task on his or her own. Social interaction is working together with a loving relationship. People learn to work together with kindness and help, and they learn from each other. We can apply more in classroom situation through guided learning, cooperative or collaborative learning, or scaffolding. All such terms are basically similar to social interaction. Reciprocal teaching is also another way to use social interaction. While you're reading to the students, you can ask questions and get a response from them, and asking them to summarize through questioning, clarifying, predicting. So the teacher's role is no longer just a plain lecture or reader, but interact with the children to promote higher order thinking. This is the earth with hands underneath it, and that's what I feel social interaction will lead us to a more harmonious society. The final thoughts on Vygotsky's social interaction. We all have something to contribute. Everybody has the potential to become the best he or she can be. Everyone is given a special gift. We are the bridges that can connect the known to the unknown. Vygotsky's work, unfortunately, was cut short. When he died, he was trying to develop the theory of consciousness. And I believe through social interaction, through love one another, we will be able to come to a deeper understanding of how to work with each other so the world can be a more peaceful place. My final thoughts for you is, we are the bridges of consciousness, connecting children to a world that they can become aware of who they are destined to be before the foundation of the world. Thank you.